Good morning, everyone out there. I am Corinne Braxton, and today is June 21st, 2022. Let me just check and see if I can get myself on the computer. Okay, there I am. Let's see if I can find comments now, see who's going to be the first one on here today. Oh, I see Munch. You're the first one today. Good for you. Hey, how are things up in northern Montana? I'm in Bozeman, Montana, which is southwest, and we have had a ton of rain, as you've seen probably from the news, from the Yellowstone flooding. And we were in Red Lodge this past weekend for my nephew's wedding. It went great. I found a place to stay for us. We stayed on the golf course higher up toward the mountains, and it was great. We even got to go downtown and have breakfast or lunch. And hey, Linda, good to see you this morning. And we had a wonderful weekend, and our grandkids had fun with their second cousins and my sister's children. And hey, Priscilla, good to see you this morning too. Okay, today is a sunny day. It's really nice to have the sun coming out because we've had a good share of rain in Montana, which we don't have very often. But oh, thank you. Happy summer, June 21st. Yeah, first day of summer, and it looks like summer here. It's really beautiful. Today is also free shipping day, so that is a huge saving. Stamping Up announced this a couple days ago to us demonstrators, and oh my goodness, it's always a surprise because they don't tell us. They surprise all of us, but they give us a couple days warning, and so we can tell our customers, because it's really big to save 11% is what shipping is. And I placed my order. I had it all ready last night already, and I got it placed this morning, and I saved like $40 on shipping. I had a big order, but it's a lot of money. Shipping is expensive, so take advantage. This is a good day to stock up on adhesives and white paper and envelopes and anything that you want from. We have 1 week left of this catalog. There's still some great bargains in here, things on sale. Hey, Martina, good to see you. And then, of course, so that catalog is ending in 1 week, June 30th. So get things now. And then we have this wonderful catalog that just began in May. And oh my goodness, there's so much in here. This is a good time. Today is a good time to save money. Demonstrators get to save their 20% or 25% plus shipping. Customers get free shipping. It is just a really super time to stock up. I really believe in stocking up when there's a special. Things that are heavy, paper, cardstock, punches, all those things, that all helps. So we have that going on. Let me put that over there. And today we will be working out of the annual catalog. We're going to be focusing on the first day of summer. Make a sunny splash on page 41. Now this will be backwards. Page 41. This has just been catching my eye, and I just kept wanting to try it. And of course, I don't even know what I'm going to do when I start making these Facebook Lives. And I usually do them a couple days in advance. And I'm going to get a drink of water quick. And I do them, and I was going to use Vintage Tools. That was the set I was going to use, Vintage Tools. But somehow we end up with Summer Splash. And it's a great set. So let's get ready. We have a lot of fun things. Nothing too hard today. Nothing too difficult. Let me just move these things to the floor so I have some room here. Okay, just keep commenting so other people can find us. It takes a little bit of time sometimes. I am going to take my brace off and turn the camera down. And here we go. I meant to show you this last week when we were talking about those, trying to tighten that up a little bit. When when we were talking about those puzzle cards, we did the 3-part ones, this is a 5-piece puzzle card that I meant to show you last week, but I didn't. I didn't have it quite finished. And so here are 5 cards that I did. It's much harder to do 5. This is all done with that cottage rose paper. It's very, very pretty. But anyway, you can see all the 5 different pieces of designer paper. So that's just to help me stay focused and everything else. Okay, let's pick those up and put those away. That's the easiest way to make a card. So this is what we're using, Sunny Splash. Let me see if I can get this in a little bit better. Okay, it's just got a great one. Make a Splash. It's a red rubber, so it's a cling stamp. It stamps beautifully. And we are going to be doing a card. It's a little bit of a fun fold. I received a swap card. This is a swap card from Deb Schneider. We're in a business group together, and it's a cherry one. I just love it. Deb Schneider, Creative Back Toward Blessings. I don't know where she lives. She is a $1 million achiever. She just has really neat cards always, and I always enjoy getting her swaps. And so I am casing this. Do you see how this is all made? This is not a clever idea. Not hard one bit. So this is the card that we're going to be making today. Make a splash with the swimsuits, and then happy birthday in the inside. And these are all, I wanted to use in colors again. I just love that. Now she did not. She used real red, and this is the Starry Sky, but we're going to use the complete set of in colors today. On both cards. So anyway, this is what we're going to make. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Not hard. I cannot show you. This is my bag of scraps. I do not have very many of the scraps left over. Hey, Kathy Wilkerson, good to see you. These are all the in colors, and they come it looks like this when they come in a nice package. They're 6 by 6. This one is a set of brights. And ladies, these are the best deals in the catalog. I always think we always want to get the new in colors. Let me see once. I don't even know what page that's on. It's at the back of the catalog. Oh, here it is. Page 135 at the top. But it's really important that you choose the 2022 to 24, because one time I was thinking I was getting those, but I wrote down this number, and that's to 23. These are the colors from last year. So the last year's colors are these. The evergreen, do you see the evergreen, the polished pink, the soft succulent, freesia, and papaya. I like them a lot. They're so versatile. You can, I think getting a package of each, a package or 2 packages is a great deal always. I always need 2. One is not enough for me. Okay, let's put our card right there, and we'll get started. Okay, on our pieces, get everything out of our envelope, and let's start. So we have a single layer base. Most of the time we have a double. We have 2 layers, but this is single, and so it's a little bit bigger, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's the Starry Sky. Then we have Sweet Sorbet. This one is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and we'll just put these together. Get my little silicone mat out here. Maybe that one's empty. I forgot to change it. This one, here we go. So we're going to put these all together. Take that off. And I followed the measurements that this gal used on her card, and I just thought It came out really nicely. Then next we need a piece of white card. That is going to be a white card. That's going to be a top folding 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. So I just scored that in half, and that's going to go on next, like that. So I'm going to put that on. Like that. And I will have these, I'll write these up for you also. I'll put them on YouTube, and then everything will, when you're on YouTube, you have to click. Hey, Nancy, good to see you this morning too. You have to click at the little arrow in the bottom corner. And now we're going to put our little strip, our band on here. And I ran out of, so this is the only piece, that's the piece, that's a small piece, that's the only piece of Starry Sky I have left. And that was a little narrow, so I actually cut an envelope. So the in colors, looks like I'm frozen here. Maybe I'm not. Am I frozen? Do you see me frozen? Or are you still seeing me? This is one of the in color envelopes and the cards. And you can just cut. I actually just cut a card apart. And let's see, where's the rest of my card? I don't know. Here, someplace in front of me, I'm sure. Well, I can't see myself on the computer. So this one is Orchid Oasis. So that's pretty nice too. We could use that. So the band is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. And it's going to fit across. What do you think? Do you think the dark or the light? Which one do you think would be better? We're going to put it right here. It's going to go like that. Or do you like the one that's darker? Do you like the darker one like that, maybe? And we're going to punch a circle. We're going to punch out of the Sweet Sorbet is the red color. So let me get my punch. And this is that new punch we have, the Decorative Circle punch. Really like that a lot. Used it a lot. Easy. Nice. So now this is the designer paper, and we can use the flowered side or the lighter striped side. I see lots of darks. We're going to use the dark. So I meant to show you that that card. I don't know where I have it. Maybe it's in there someplace. Well, anyway, I cut it apart. And that's, it's really sort of neat. You can do that with your envelopes and cards. And now I put this down already like that, just a simple card. And actually what I'm going to do next is I like to use my grid paper, and I will line it up like this. And now I'm going to choose, well, I'll mark it for you just to show you. I want to line it up on my grid paper so it's nice and square. And I'm going to line it up right here along that line. And that's a really good way to use your grid paper. Actually using the line above it. There we go. And there we have that front. And now, oh, I forgot to stamp. Well, we'll just do that next. So we're going to do, I meant to stamp in case I made a mistake. Let's set that aside and get our stamps out. And we are going to say, make a splash. Have the, make a splash. Get it nice and inky. And we don't need a piercing mat because it is a cling stamp. It's red rubber. So anytime there's red rubber, we don't need a mat because it's built in. Do you see that foam there? That's our mat right there. So now let's bring in our swimming suits. I have 3 swimming suits, and I also have a let's see, we're going to stamp. Oh, before I do that, I think we will stamp the inside greeting. This one is from, let me get my little, I took out some tags like this. Oh, that one says happy birthday already. But I took a stitched one, and I think now I'll take this away so you can, well, anyway, you can see the grid paper. You'll just have to bear with me for a second. Let's stamp that happy birthday. And the happy birthday is sort of a, this is a new set. Well, both of these are new. This is the oval that I'm using right here, and this is from called Beautiful Shapes. I love these. It doesn't have stitching. It has like an embossed or a raised beveled edge. And then this set is called Go To Greeting. It has happy birthday in a really scripty font. There's another happy birthday down here that we'll use, and a really tiny happy birthday. So 3 happy birthdays, 3 thinking of you, 3 just a note, 3 thank yous. It's a perfect go-to set. It's called Go To Greetings, and it is red rubber. It is a $1 Million Achiever design stamp, and I am not sure who did that. It's in the catalog. It's on Go To Greetings, and let's see, Go To Greetings. It'll tell us right here if we use our index. I will use that Go To Greetings, page 26. It's always nice, page 26, here it is. And it's just a very nice set. It was designed by Sandy Hardka, and she was a $1 Million Achiever almost 2 years ago. So it really helps to, I always like to choose any stamps that were designed by the $1 Million Gals. Okay, so we have this one. We have 2, I mounted 2 birthdays. One is pretty big and one is smaller. So this one would fit on there, but it's just pretty big, I think. This one's a little bit better. So I'll stamp both of them, and you tell me, do you like the oval or do you like the stitched rectangle? Which one? Stitched rectangle or oval? And there we go. And let's, while we have that open, I can see you're still saying darker. So now, do you like the oval or the rectangle? And now we're going to do some stamping. We're going to stamp our, we'll stamp our swimming suits. We're going to do the first one in like that. I like this one with the, you know, and ladies, mine, I've stamped mine already, but you know, the first time you stamp with a stamp that has a lot of a space like this, make sure you either take an eraser or you stamp it a few times just to get that going. It'll be a much nicer set of a clear. There we go. I think my my chamois is not as clean as I'd like it to be. I just cleaned it, but and then let's do a red one too. The red is the Sweet Sorbet. It's not really red, it's Sweet Sorbet. And these you do have to fussy cut. I actually like fussy cutting. Oh, that one didn't turn out. Rectangle, rectangle. I have a couple rectangles. So I'm going to turn it around. I still have plenty of space. It's just not as dark. There, that one's good. Perfect. So that one's good. And now we will cut those out. And what else are you saying? I see 2 rectangles. Does anyone else? Rectangle, rectangle, oval. 3 rectangles and 1 oval so far. Let's see once. Now to cut these out, it is quite easy. I'm just going to show you how, remember how we fussy cut. Whenever you're fussy cutting, use your little snips really sharp, and you want to turn your paper. See how I'm turning my paper? I'm not turning my scissors, I'm turning the paper. So we're just we learn, apparently people learn how to do this in kindergarten, and it's the teachers teach you how to move the paper, and you go all the way around. And leave a tiny bit of white space always when you're fussy cutting, because then it just looks better. That's what our dies do also. Okay, so now let's put that aside, and by the magic of Facebook Live. I have 3 of those already done for you. And let's put those on. And we have, let's see, how are we doing? Rectangle, rectangle. I think we're going to do rectangle. So we're going to open this up and we could put the happy birthday like that. I'll save that one for another one, but we can put it right there. I think that looks good. And I just love that extra band across that card like that. Isn't just a nice look to it? And okay, I'll put that over here. So I tried all kinds of, I tried a paper like this with this is actually navy and white. And I tried the circle and I tried a white and I just couldn't figure out which color. But I like this one and I think that's what we'll use. We'll use the striped side and I'm going to get some dimensionals out. Actually, I think I'm going to get my dimensional dish. These, you know, if you haven't watched me before, let me see if I can get this out of here. These are these plain, these are sheets of dimensionals like this. They're thick. And you just cut them. Whoops, I got 2 stuck together here. But anyway, they're just sheets. I love them. You just take an old scissors and you just cut them like this, and you just cut them into pieces. It doesn't make any difference. It's a really good therapy. I love doing that, actually. I keep a dish next to me and I use them a lot. So this is a big piece, so I think we're going to use, I think we'll use, you could really use just one, would be fine. But we'll use a little bit more. I want it to be nice and stable. So I'm going to take that off. And it's so much easier to peel these off than the smaller ones. And it makes your card really, keeps everything in place very nicely. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we just have a little bit more to do. I think what we'll do is we're going to pop up the red one with some dimensionals, some smaller dimensionals like this, the regular ones. And here we go. Like that. And take our take your pick tool. I'll tell you what, our grandchildren who were at the wedding had so much fun dancing and swimming. Dancing and swimming. They just had a blast. And they would go in the swimming pool first thing in the morning, and then they would go in the swimming pool at night after we ate. So it was they really had fun. Wasn't anything fancy, but the swimming pool wasn't at all. It was quite old, but it was very fun. We stayed at some townhouses and on the golf course. There we go. And we were all close to each other, and that was just a lot of fun. There we have our card. Now let's add a few gems. And I have a brand new package of the In Color. I have lots of them, but I have used them so much. They look like this when they're brand new. And they're called 2022 to 24 In Color Matte Decorative Dots. And there they are. So let's put a few of these on. But you can see I keep them in another envelope. I just have bits and pieces, but I sort of run out of colors because I like to do swaps and things like that. Okay, let's add a nice sweet sorbet one right here. I'll put it on front of that suit. And then I'm going to take some tiny, tiny ones, and that looks like it was meant for these. They're just small. And these are sort of ombre. You can see they go from dark to lighter. How much this is all still part of the Orchid Oasis or Starry Sky, but it goes from really dark to really light, but all those shades. Really like those a lot. Make a splash, and there we have our card is finished. just like that. Happy birthday. I don't know, I always need summer birthdays. My one sister, Chris, her birthday is July 4th. That would be sort of a good red, white, and blue for 4th of July, don't you think? Here's the other card I made. And then where did I put the one? This was the one I cased. Case stands for copy and share everything. So just changed it up, used the same measurements, same basic layout, but just changed the stamp and some of the papers. So there's that first card, and we'll put that one aside. Next, and you know what, I think I'll just use this envelope too. So one of these envelopes would be just perfect for that. I'm so glad Stampin' Up! Did the in-color envelopes this year. They've not done that before, and it was really a great one. This is the other card we're going to make. I'm going to show you how to do this little easy technique with the corners like that. Another one using designer paper, the same thing. So let's bring these out, and we're going to use Good Feelings for the inside. This is big font, big greetings, and just a regular card. But look at that, sending sunshine and good feelings your way. That takes up, if you're someone who doesn't like to write a lot, these are for you. If you like to write a lot, probably you don't need those. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Set that right there so I can, and let me see what I'm using here. Let's get my bits and pieces out. Okay, we'll try to remember to stamp on our envelope this time. We're going to do a little template. I've got a little template here, and I've already punched out my, there we go. I thought I was frozen, but not. Okay, this is for stamping. This is the card. Okay, bits and pieces here. And so we have a card, thick white. I always use thick for my bases. And it's 5.5 by 8.5. Just a side folding card like that. And then next we're going to do just the opposite of the other card that I just did. Then we're going to do Parakeet Party. I used 1/8 difference in the mats. I don't do that very often because I don't know the measurements as well. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. It's just 1/8 of an inch different. And then we're going to put the Tahitian tie, 3 3/4 by 5. That's our common size, but do you see how tiny that mat is? And then we're going to have a white piece over that. So let me just adhere those all together so we can get those out of the way. Like that. Okay, put that over here. I will type these up after I'm all finished today and get the video uploaded and downloaded and everything else. Do you see how tiny that is? And I'm going to sit down now again for this. I like to get a little closer when I'm doing a skinny border. And it's very skinny. You have to almost get your head over there. But there we go. And now we have a bigger white piece, and this one is 3 1/4 by 4.5. I just made these up. I mean, these are just increments. That's all it is. But there's no rhyme or reason. I just chose those sizes. Okay. Now I think what we'll do is move this aside, and we're going to work on this. We'll work on the mat like that. Now I've taken my designer paper, and I've used this great punch. This is one we've had in the catalog for a few years. It's called the Rectangular Postage Stamp Punch. And it's just a good rectangle. And so you can just punch, turn it upside down, and punch like this. Just great. And you can even stick it back in there. I'm not going to do this on camera, but I can do that. I I do have a little square. You can put it back in there and make it shorter and make it a square also. But it's hard to do on camera. But it's a good stamp set. And I've already punched out 4 different, I'm going to use all 4 designs of the Parakeet Party. And what we're going to do is I've made a template like this. This is the corner. We're going to put all those in the middle. I saw this idea from Karen Titus in Minnesota. Not this card, but this idea of taking a piece of a rectangle, doesn't have to be postage, it can be just straight corners, and making a rectangle. So, and then I have this made out of cardboard. I'm just going to turn it in like that. Can't get it apart. Okay, now I'm going to put it on my card like this. I want all of these corners to be in the middle, okay? So then I'm going to take another one that I did, and this one's going to be up. Whoop, that one's not going to work. It's going to be up here. I'm going to take my plaid one, and I want it to be, I'm going to bend it back like that. Okay, and the polka dot's going to go right up there. And I have one more, and I want this plaid piece, I want it to come this way toward me. So I'm going to turn the template upside down and bring it in like that. And you just keep that template someplace where you keep your templates. I'm not always really good about I keep my templates usually in the stamp case if I can. But when I have just extra templates, it's hard to know where to keep things. I don't know. Maybe you all have a better filing system than I do. But, okay, now we're going to keep these close to the edge. I'm going to give them sort of equal borders. I'm going to take my green Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. Trying to keep my borders similar. You could put it on I'm just doing it the fast way and putting it on the actual white piece. If I were probably doing this by myself, I would probably put it on the green, but either way, it doesn't work. Doesn't make any difference. Just a little. You just want to scribble it on there, and then when you press down, that's when it's going to sort of squish around. It gives you a little bit. You see how that was wiggling, and a little bit of wiggle room. And so there's my template, and just give them a good press. And now I want, this is the stitched the stitched circle. We have a wonderful new set called Stylish Shapes, and it's just a standalone die. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. But anyway, it comes from that. I love the circles, the squares, and then these labels are terrific. Really nice set. So we're going to put that on there. That's going to fit in there just perfectly. And I'm going to just put one of my dimensionals, my big ones that I've cut. Maybe it's a little bit too big of one. Let's do this one right here. Take off the piece and put that up, pop that on. Now this might be really, maybe it would have been pretty to put a color in there, but I didn't. I did white. Okay, now let's do some stamping. So this is, well, let's put this on here first and we'll get it out of our way. So I'm going to put that on. Our stamping seal. I ordered quite a bit more stamping seal when I placed my free shipping order this morning. There we go, just like that. And now we're going to stamp a swimming suit. I'm going to stamp one in the Tahitian tie. This is the Parakeet green, and that's the Tahitian tie. So I want to repeat that. I want to repeat that bluish color right there. And we're going to stamp we'll stamp 2 of them. We'll stamp this is the 2-piece. Like that. And then I've got this one. Aren't those pretty? I like both of them. I think we're going to use the one with the buttons down the front. That way we can use some of the parakeet green. Oh, I'll keep that open right there. We're going to add, so we can fussy cut that. And there we have it, fussy cut already. Isn't that fun and fast? Don't you wish you could actually do that fast? Put a couple dimensionals on there, and take my pick tool is right there. Okay. Put that swimming suit on there. We haven't had very good swimming weather in Montana for this spring, and hopefully it will start getting better. Now we can put our little doodads on, our mats, and this time I think we will put the parakeet ones on. There we go. That little putty was, I keep meaning to change my putty, but it's still coming out, so, oop, those fell off to the side. Oops, these are really small. I'm sorry about that. I better just take it away. I meant to do that ahead of time. Okay, I wasted those. There we go. We've got another one down here, stuck together with another one. Oh, they're falling everywhere. There we go. There's our, and they have sticky on them in adhesive, so that's so nice. There you go. I like that suit. I like to be able to put the embellishments on it like that. Okay, now let's add our greeting. And I tried a couple different things. I tried Hello Sunshine on this stitch label. It was too big of a font. So then I tried it on this one. This one is from the, the one with the tidal wave in it. And then I tried it on this one. It is, I think, just perfect. So that is from the Hello, or the Quiet Meadow. Quiet Meadow has been in the catalog. It's right there. It's a beautiful set. I like that a lot. And it carried over, which is pretty nice. It's always fun. So we're going to stamp Hello Sunshine on that. I'm going to pull that a little closer to me so I can, there we go. Okay, and that's the inside, and then the outside. We'll put that right there, and then we're going to take our inside and stamp that gigantic stamp. And usually when I have a big stamp, I like to ink it upside down, like this. And this is a pretty big one. We had one a year ago. It retired. I can't remember what it was, but it was my favorite. And it was the big one that filled up the paper too. So now I'm going to you have to use a big block. It's a handful. Press, keep it in place, and there we have it. And there's the inside of our card. I think one more thing I need to do. But let's put a swimsuit on the envelope while we have our ink out too. So let's do that. That'd be sort of cute, I think. There we go. And now we can close up our ink. And here's our card. And here's the Hello Sunshine on there. I could have done it in Parakeet. Parakeet's a pretty light color though to do a stamping greeting. But now I want to put some twine through there. And let's see, once on the other one I used the Parakeet. So on this one I'm going to use the Tahitian tied. I'll tell you what, I thought I had all kinds of clothes that were Tahitian tied. I did not. So I wore my Starry Sky shirt today. And because that's the card we did first. I'm going to snip that. This is sort of fun ribbon. I'm going to get my Scotch tape right here. You could even actually take a dimensional. I'm going to just slip this down in there. You thread it through there. I love these when you can thread things. Except I'm going to have to cut it into a nice point. There we go. Give that a little slice. Okay. Oops. Okay, there it is. And I've cut it plenty long, but what I want to show you is you can take one of your dimensionals. I'm just going to cut this one a little in half, like that. And you can either use Scotch tape or you can take a dimensional, just a regular dimensional. I'm taking a longer one, but you can take that and then peel it off, and that's going to hold that ribbon in place. Let's do that. Put that on there like that. Okay, but you're saying, oh, those tails are way too long, and they are a bit long. Where did I put my piercer? There it is. Okay, a couple years ago we had some really cool metallic bronze metallic thread, and this is like that. And I'm going to cut this a little shorter. Throw those away. It's always better to start with more than you need. You don't want to make it too short. And then you can take your piercer and pull that apart like a fishing net almost. There we go. You can do it with your fingernails too, but it works real well with your piercer. And it gives it a nice little look. Now I'm going to snip it just a little bit more. You can't add it back, but you can always take it off if it's a little bit too much. But isn't that neat the way that fluffs out like that? Now, this doesn't look anything like tools, vintage tools that I was going to start with, but this is what I came up with, and I really like it. This is the one I did before, and this is the one I've done today. So which do you like better? Do you like the Parakeet swimsuit? Or do you like the Tahitian? Do you like the blue or the green? Which do you like better? Let's see if I can see the comments now that I'm not concentrating so hard. And there is our envelope. And so we've got 2 cards there. I think they're sort of fun. Hello, sunshine, sending sunshine and good feelings your way. I like the way the word sunshine is repeated. Which do you, oh, you like both. I'm glad you like both. That's so sweet. I like the way on the Tahitian one, I like how you can really see the prints. It's a little harder in the Parakeet, but I love that suit, that color of suit. Oh, thanks, Munch. So, okay, let's turn. Those were both pretty simple for today. Maybe I'll do vintage tools next week. Who knows what I'll do? I change. That's what happens. I am getting ready for, let's change up to the other view now. Close your eyes. And this weekend I have a stamp camp here at my house, and that's an all-day thing. We have a morning class, and that's a Season of Chic. I should have brought the cards over. Oh, I've got them over on the other side of the room to work on making kits now. Season of Chic is that beautiful metallic paper. It looks like this. Everything's falling. This is the paper that we're using, and you get a half package of that. Really love that paper. It's probably my favorite in the whole catalog. And so that's the morning class. Then we have a potluck lunch. In the afternoon, it's the cherry class, all things cherries, and it's really 5 cards that are we'll use to do some craft note cards, and we're going to be doing a slimline card, all kinds of things. So I do have kits to go to ship also for those, if anyone is interested. For both classes, it's $50, or it's $30 for the morning class and $25 for the afternoon. They both include product. So that's it for today. So the big thing today, it's the first day of summer, and it is free shipping day. What a great bonus for all of us. So don't let this pass up. You have to have, it needs to be a $75 or more order. So you won't get free shipping on $50, but you will on $75. It doesn't take long. A bundle and a little bit of adhesive, and you've got $75. So it's worthwhile. I just couldn't believe how much I saved. And when you see that big number from shipping go, because I put the numbers in last night, and it was like $45 for shipping, and for just standard shipping. And then today when I put it in, it was free. So that's a fun way to save money. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you next week, Tuesday. Hope you all have a great week. Thanks. Thanks, Jeannie. Good to see you this morning too. Okay, bye-bye.